Darren Henry.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I'd like to welcome many of the announcements made yesterday in the autumn statement, especially raising the minimum wage to £11.44, an increase of 9.8%. This will directly benefit those in my constituency of Broxtowe. This means an increase of £1,800 to the annual earnings of a full-time worker on the national living wage, and predicted to benefit over 2.7 million low-paid workers. Also yesterday, I asked the Prime Minister to increase support for apprenticeships and back an apprenticeship hub in Broxtowe. So, Madam Deputy Speaker, I was so delighted when, not 30 minutes later, presumably because of my question to the Prime Minister, the Chancellor announced £50 million to increase apprenticeship training in engineering and other growth sectors. The 2-year apprenticeship pilot will help create new opportunities for those who do not think university is the right option for them. In Broxtowe, we have businesses such as Webb's Training and Hareven, who are doing amazing work with apprentices, and adding a new apprenticeship hub to Broxtowe will mean people of all ages can train and retrain to join the huge variety of businesses and industries that we have in Broxtowe. I'd like to welcome the announcements made in relation to veterans. As a veteran myself, I am passionate about seeing increased support and making this country, our country, the best place in the world to be a veteran. The Chancellor has announced £10 million to support the Veterans' Places, Pathways and People programme, as well as extending national insurance relief for employers of eligible veterans. These announcements will ensure our veterans have the support in place they need, whether that be seeking employment, housing or mental health support. I would also like to see more industries creating further entry pathways, especially for veterans. In Nottinghamshire, I was proud to champion and open the first ever military service leavers pathway into policing, which gives veterans a direct pathway into the police force on the police constable degree apprenticeship. This ensures skills gained in the military are transferred to a new career that can be entered following a shortened training scheme. I'd really encourage other industries to look at similar pathways. As Member of Parliament from the East Midlands, I was glad to see the announcement of a new East Midlands investment zone. The Chancellor announced that the new investment zones will help catalyse more than £3.4 billion of private investment and 65,000 new jobs. I look forward to seeing further information published. Before the autumn statement, I called for an extension of the 75% discount on business rates up to £110,000 for retail, leisure, hospitality and businesses, along with a number of my colleagues that did the same thing. So I'm thankful to see this announcement made yesterday, and I know it will hugely have a positive impact on my constituents in Broxtowe. I'm sure the majority of my colleagues throughout this chamber experienced the unique difficulties the pandemic held for those who were self-employed. The self-employed income support scheme was fantastic in supporting businesses, but I'm also aware that some missed out, and so I was particularly pleased yesterday to see measures supporting the self-employed, such as abolishing Class 2 national insurance altogether. I welcome the government honouring the triple lock in full by increasing the state pension by 8.5%, which will be worth up to £900 or more a year. This means the basic state pension will be £3,750 higher than in 2010. The pension fund reforms will be promising news for my constituents contributing to their pensions. As the Chancellor laid out, the majority of defined contribution savers will have their pension pots managed in schemes of over £30 billion by 2030, and by 2040 all local government pension funds will be invested in pools of £200 billion or more. I welcome the consultation on the potential of giving savers a legal right requiring a new employer to pay pension contributions into their existing pension pot if they choose. I have previously spoken in the Chamber about the complications that can arise from multiple pension pots, so I'm hoping this will simplify the pension scheme meaning people can move to having one pension pot for life. Overall, Madam Deputy Speaker, I welcome the autumn statement and look forward to seeing the positive impact the new measures have in Broxtowe.